This story starts like every great tale in history, with a table covered in clothes and underwear, and a bag filled with video equipment and iced coffee packets. My family and I were traveling to the Dulles Airport in Washington, D.C. There, I was gonna hop on British Airways and fly to London to have a little layover, and then to Ghana. And then some really stressful shit happened. So the British Airways lady tells me that my flight reservation doesn't exist. And I'm like, there's just no way that's true. We booked it last month and we have a receipt. And the British Airways lady was like, listen, I'm looking for it, but I can't find it. You can't get on your flight. And my flight was leaving in an hour. And so I was like, listen, is there anything I can do? She said the only way I could go is if I paid the same day flight ticket, and it cost $4,000. And so I have like a panic attack in the middle of the airport, and I'm texting my mom to come back because I'm sure she could fix this. But unfortunately, due to DC traffic, my mom wasn't able to make it in time, and my flight left. I'm stressed out. But then my knight in shining armor showed up. My mom. Mom, what just happened?
Priceline screwed up.
Yeah, Priceline sucks.
But it's gonna save us a couple $100.
Why is that?
Because we just got a cheaper flight.
So take that, Priceline. Mom, say something mean about Priceline. I'm surprised it took this long into a vlog for me to have my first coffee. Okay, so the game plan has changed. I was originally going, So I was originally flying to London and then to Ghana. Since all of my flight information got screwed up and canceled, oh, it's falling over again, but really slowly. Okay, so we found a new flight to Ghana, but there's a 14-hour layover in Casablanca, Morocco. So maybe I'll be able to see two different countries in Africa, Morocco and Ghana. Now knowing that I get to explore one more country, I was eager to go back to the airport when we ran into a small problem. This toll is $5.50. That's ridiculous. So things have finally started to work out. I got through security and everything, and I actually got my boarding pass to Morocco, unlike the boarding pass I tried to get before to London. So I began to walk around the airport looking for the one store that actually matters. Guys, I found it. There's always one Starbucks in an airport. As I was walking in the store, an employee started walking towards me, so I thought I was gonna get in trouble, but instead he just wanted to talk about cameras.
I was just actually looking up like some stuff on cameras.
It's a good thing to get into, it's fun. I just made a friend. Also, I'm in love with the wall in this Starbucks. Is this not the most aesthetically pleasing wall you've seen in your entire life? See you, man. After sitting in Starbucks and making a new friend, it was time for the next leg in my journey. All right, time for the stressful part where I actually get on the plane and there's a million other people around me. Alright, so I've landed in Morocco, and it is, as you can imagine, really hot. My forehead is starting to glisten. As soon as I landed, this Moroccan guy came up to me who worked at the airport, and I thought he was just being friendly. He's like, yo, let me show you where you need to go. I'll backtrack for a second. I have a 14-hour layover in Casablanca, and with the airline I'm flying, if your layover is longer than 9 hours, they give you a free hotel. And so they've given me a free hotel for one night in Casablanca, which is just so exciting. Anyways, this guy shows me where to get the voucher for the hotel, and then he shows me where the shuttle is that I'm in right now to go to the hotel, and then he won't let me get in the shuttle, and I'm like, yo, what's up? He's like, that's $7. And I told him, like, well, I didn't know that your service required money. And he's like, I'll take $5. And I went, well, if I would have known that you were charging me for just walking me around the airport, I wouldn't have come. And then he went, I don't speak English. That'll be $7. I don't know if this is rude in Moroccan culture, but to me that just seems like he was scamming an American. I wasn't gonna let that slide. I just walked under the bus and he left. So travel tips with Carmack. Be careful, they're always trying to scam the people who stand out. And I'm wearing a purple college shirt. I stand out like a sore thumb here. I'm also, you know, the only white person. so I ended up being the only person on the shuttle. The drivers didn't speak any English, and I had no clue where we were going. After 20 minutes of just pure anxiety, we pulled up to this place called the Relax Hotel. So this is the free hotel room that Morocco Airlines gave me. So you got me, who's way overexposed, and then there's my bed. There's a painting with, I think, airplanes on it. Yes, airplanes. I have a mirror right there. Yep, I am still sweating. There are these large purple chairs that I want to show you. Alright, so this message is directed towards the two gentlemen sitting behind me. I'm sorry, I'm such a douchebag, and I started vlogging right in front of you. I didn't mean to make you guys walk away. The lighting was just really good. You know, making strangers hate you really works up an appetite, so I went downstairs to see what kind of food that the hotel had. While I waited for the food to come out, I made one of my iced coffee packets, and I couldn't find any spoons, and so I used a fork, and I don't know why I'm showing you this. I guess I'm just narcissistic, and I want you to watch me drink coffee. I just got some crazy Moroccan meal. Like, I don't know what these red things are. They're kind of freaky. I'm pretty sure that's cake. I'm a really picky eater, so this plate looks disgusting, but I'm in a different country, so I might as well try it. Okay, so I'm gonna be really honest here. Traveling alone to another continent is actually quite terrifying. I was by myself, no one spoke English, and I was in a completely new area. But trying all of this food was the scariest part of the whole trip. I'm such a picky eater, and I hate wasting food, that the combination of those two things made eating this meal just awful. Because, I'm gonna be honest, I suffered through a lot of it. Some of it I really enjoyed, but this meal was the most stressful thing I think I did in the whole continent of Africa. I don't like this at all. But you know what they say, life begins at the end of your comfort zone, and eating green chicken was definitely pushing the boundaries for me. But that's the beautiful thing about traveling, trying everything at least once. I'm tearing up. At least I tried it. Alright, I've run into a concern. I want to go out into Casablanca, like the city, and film a lot and take pictures, but I think my camera's gonna die, and they have these really weird outlets. Do you see that? I actually brought an adapter, but it's in my main suitcase, which is on its way to Ghana right now. So I only have 14 hours in Morocco, and I wasn't gonna let a dying camera battery stop me from exploring the city. So I went outside in search of someone who could show me around Casablanca. And this is my awesome taxi driver. And the awesome taxi driver let me mount my GoPro on his dashboard. And being the amazing filmmaker that I am, I accidentally put my GoPro in wrong, and so all of my footage came out sideways. But you wanna know what's harder to watch than vertical footage? An American who doesn't know any Arabic try to talk to a Moroccan who doesn't know any English. Have you lived in Morocco your whole life? Morocco, you live in Morocco?
Yeah, I live in Casablanca.
Believe it or not, it was kind of charming to sit next to someone that I had to rely on who didn't speak my language. It was almost a test of my mental will. Like, there's so many things that could have gone wrong in this scenario, but I had to put 100% of my faith in this complete stranger. And honestly, I think it was kind of magical. Me and this guy just silently strolled around the city in his taxi listening to Moroccan jazz. So what I didn't know is that the driver was actually taking me to the most popular building in the city. Like, if you went to Google right now and typed in Casablanca, Morocco, this building is what would pop up. Turns out that this is the 13th largest mosque in the whole world, the first largest mosque in all of Morocco, and I think it cost like $700 million to make. You know, walking away from this mosque, I thought about how crazy it is that if my initial flight hadn't gotten messed up, I would have never known this building existed, or honestly, I probably would have never come to Morocco. And so that mistake turned into such a great opportunity and adventure. And I think that's a great example to why I think everyone should stay open-minded. Being willing to take these kind of chances is just, you know, it makes life a little interesting. I didn't mean to get deep there, I'm sorry. So I'm in this carpet shop, and the owner of it gave me some free tea. That's really good.
This is a photograph?
It's a video.
A video for your
Yeah.
family.
Yeah.
Good.
This tea is incredible.
Very good.
Yeah, this is good. You guys come to Morocco, they have good tea.
This is Moroccan whiskey without alcohol.
So this guy is telling jokes and he gave me a free drink and I thought he seemed promising. I set up my GoPro and then everything got strange.
Let's get you some carpets.
So every time I would try and look at the carpets myself, he would stop me, point towards the ground, and tell me to sit down. Like he wouldn't let me look at the carpets. Once I was on the ground, him and his wife just put every single carpet they had in the store all around me. And I also think it's important to note that I wasn't gonna buy a carpet. The only reason we were in that store is because my taxi driver just walked into it. And so I was incredibly uncomfortable because I didn't know how to tell these people that I didn't want to buy their carpets, but they just kept bringing them one after another. I didn't know how to get out of this situation. And so I tried to make the excuse that I didn't have a big enough backpack to buy a carpet. I'm going from here to Ghana, and so I don't have my big suitcase.
You have only 1 day, so you look for small ones.
And so that didn't work because then he just started trying to sell me small carpets.
That's for your family. Small one.
It eventually got to the point where I just threw my hands up and I was like, listen, I'm done. I don't want to look at carpets anymore. And then he gets kind of weird and brings me into the corner to talk about prices.
Okay, come here to give you an idea of the price.
And so I walk in the corner and he tells me not to take photos.
The price, no photo.
Like he was concerned that I would tell everyone what he charged for his carpets. Like he got so weird about the prices, he wouldn't tell them to me. He would only write them down on a piece of paper. And then long story short, as soon as I told him that I wasn't gonna buy any of his carpets, he got really angry and told me to leave. And then on my way out, I actually gave his wife $5 US because, you know, she made me tea. So now I am back at the hotel and I'll be honest, I'm dying because I have been avoiding buying bottles of water because they're like $5 and I can't drink the tap water here because I'll probably get sick. And so I'm tired from traveling, I'm dehydrated from not drinking water, and my plane still doesn't leave for like 6 more hours. I'm struggling, only a little bit though. So I think it's safe to say about here is where my official Moroccan experience ended, because for the rest of the day I just kind of relaxed in the hotel and sat by the pool. You know, I already got deep like twice in this video, so I don't want to do it again, but I do want to say you can't really discover new places unless you're brave enough to lose sight of what you're used to. Like I went from a small white Christian town in Virginia to Casablanca, Morocco, which is primarily Islamic, and I didn't see one white person. And did I feel safe? Yes. Did I think the city was beautiful? Of course I did. And did I like the people? Yes! Yes, I did. They were great. And so it's refreshing seeing this part of the world, which is really stigmatized where I'm from, and have it not be what people warned you about, if that makes sense. So I think it ties back to the open-minded idea. Nowhere is as bad as people tell you it is. Okay, I'm sorry. I don't like getting deep. I think it's weird. This country is Moroccan my socks off. Anyways, guys, where there's a will, there's a way. My name is Will. Have a nice day. I'll see you in a different African country.